Oh, wow. Here we are. And we're almost done with UK. And I, for one, am sad.
Yeah.
Not depressed yet, but just sad.
Yeah.
Kind of depressed about this episode. We'll talk about it. Anyway, hello, Davas, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am currently drinking a beautiful hazelnut vanilla iced coffee because I still have it. And today I am using my Manila Luzon fan because it was the one I had best access to.
It's a dragged in fan.
Well, it also says Manila Luzon on it somewhere. Somewhere on here it says Manila. Manila. There it is. Manila. There we go. David, you have the same fan. Don't do this.
I know, and I call it my dragged in fan.
Whatever. I bought it at Manila Luzon's booth at DragCon, not Drag Dens, even though it was basically Drag Den.
Fair. Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I don't know why I decided to wear this shirt. Maybe it felt fitting right now, but I decided to wear my Banksy shirt. Ooh, look at those limbs. Look at those legs.
Oh, wow.
I love Banksy. So who knows why I wore that? But I am just drinking some water right now.
It's the legs for me.
I know. Days.
Yes. I am brand new professional fan of Concert Dragon video games. I'm also donning cute merch. David inspired me yesterday, so today I'm wearing Bender the Creme and Jinx Monsoon on the same shirt. And also because Mother Saphira for the fan. So I am also drinking water out of a generic water bottle because I have to. Again, my Stanley is still downstairs, even though I do have my Olivia one here, but the one I drink out of is not being used right now. So just a regular water bottle.
You know, I don't like going last for intros because they just seem so much longer at the end of the line. I don't know. They feel like they just went on forever while I was sitting here waiting. Just... I don't know. I don't like it. But here we go. I am Lana, your resident evil diva. And I'm going to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And I am just drinking water. And I have my cup mug. Period.
Almost
Oh,
there.
God. Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
I guess we have a panel full of cup mugs.
You can no. I'm putting mine away then.
It really doesn't matter.
Oh God. Oh God.
Thank you, David.
Warning. Thank you for the seizure warning, everyone.
I do it all the time. But, wrong way.
I was like, that's his actual light. So
right, you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup mugs. You can get the new and improved cup mug, is what I'll say. New and improved cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. I am going to have to get a new mug myself because I want the new and improved mug because I will be able to hold it like a normal mug. But because you'll have the logo over here. And you'll have the logo over here. So it's new and improved, you guys.
Look over here.
Look over here. I should have put that. I'm gonna do a look over here.
You should have.
I'm gonna put a look. I'm gonna do a look over here stuff. Period.
It's not look over here. This is the recap, David. Wow.
I didn't do that.
I did that because again,
Brandon,
the way you said,
it's not look over here.
mind you, I only played it because it was for the
It was
game.
relevant to the conversation.
Well, period.
We're going to the conversation.
Relevant to the conversation.
Absolutely. And so you can get your cup at we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses, UK. I'm looking at you. Get your cup merch. Period. Thank you.
Wow, that intro felt so long now that we're
I
at the
know.
end of it. I wonder
I
why
know.
it felt so long.
Can
Because
we-
everybody else took so long.
For real though, that was like Lana's portion was as long as the rest of us combined.
Yep.
Period. And I
And
wanted to
that's
do
how
that.
it should be.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Anyway.
Sure.
It is the penultimate episode of Drag Race UK Series 6. We have a top 4. Someone went home. And I didn't want anyone to go home. But
Me
someone did go
either.
home.
I'm very sad though.
2 back-to-back top 5s with España and UK, where I'm like, I love all of these people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It was a good show.
yeah, not a whole lot to talk about with this episode because the roast was not great. But anyway, David, objectively speaking, you can't.
Oh, I've seen way worse.
I was about to say it's been worse.
Overall
I've seen worse.
roasts?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've seen worse.
Nobody bombed. So that's a win.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Okay.
We'll talk
Same.
about it.
I think some people laughed on everybody's.
Yeah, some
It was
people had
laughs for every
moments that were bad, but,
but
overall,
it
they
wasn't
were-
bad.
yeah.
Anyway, we're going to dive into all of it. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. For the next 2 weeks, that means 6 drag programs a week. Woo!
6
And
drag
American
programs.
Thanksgiving. 6 drag programs and 5 drag race seasons and Drago. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, including early access to the Look Over Here episodes for the franchises we are currently covering. So let's dive in. We come back. Char is gone.
Yeah.
Nah.
And no one here is sad, apparently, except for me and David.
No, I'm
I was-
sad about
that was also
Charles.
sad.
I'm kidding. Both of you are kind of just like, okay, and
I said, ah.
Lana was about to say something, I felt like.
I was, but you stopped me, so I'm going to just be sad in silence.
Mind you, coming off the high from a makeover challenge after one of the best makeover challenges, in my opinion. And again, still crying over Lavoie's dad just speaking about everything. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, but Lavoie is glad that her dad is gone because he was
But
still
he's-
in the limelight.
Absolutely, which he was, and he
Well-
did, and he did, because I was like, Lavoie, who? We looking at voila, period.
love,
voila. We love voila.
love voila. I'm still not over the fact that we got rickrolled by Drag Race last week. I'm still not over it. I'm still not over it.
loved it. I
I
loved
loved
it. That
it,
is my
but I'm still not
favorite.
over it.
Y'all don't. You have no idea how much I love that song. Like that was a song back in my day that I just loved. I was a fan of Rick Ashley. I was like,
Right.
why are we making fun of him?
I
so
know
much
that's the thing,
these
Lana, is that most people are like, oh, this is a joke song.
days? No,
People like Lana and I are like, that was like a legit song that we just liked until it became a meme. But-
right when it came in, I was like, why would that song be a me? What is it? But I loved it. But you know what? Anytime I can get Rick rolled, I'll take it because
Yeah.
never gonna give you up, and I'm never gonna let you down. Period.
I loved it. It was the second biggest gag lip sync song of the year for me, behind Mana Mana. Remember Mana Mana?
Phenomenon just killed me. I was like,
Mana
are we
Mana.
really doing that? Are we really doing the
Phenomenon.
phenomenon? We are. Okay.
I mean,
Phenomena.
I still thought Fanga Bus was also a pretty gag.
But that wasn't this year.
I know, but overall, that's what I mean.
Okay,
mean-
well, I'm only talking about this year.
We do have to, like, if we're going to talk about them, we have to finish out the trifecta of the Richard, Rick, and Richie's, because I really liked Richie too. I'm missing him as well.
Oh,
Yes. I love that. I love that.
but
Yes, Chara's gone.
Sad.
All the workroom things. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's top 5, and someone's going home, and it's top 5, and someone's not making it to the finale next week, and it's top 5. And I was like, oh, it's top 5? I would have never known.
Wow.
Everyone has badges.
And everyone has a badge.
Everyone has a badge.
Is
And
this
everybody?
the season in a long time where someone with a badge didn't go home early?
Well, I don't know.
Because Kara last season went home relatively early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So did Banksy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So did Vicky. Actually, that
Right,
was,
so
last season was.
that's
They sent so many badge holders home earlier in the season that they just had to like backload this season. They were like, we front loaded last season. We're gonna backload next season. Maybe season 7 will be a little bit more even when it comes to that. But and not All Stars, because France All Stars got announced before UK All Stars. And speaking of, make sure to go check out our fan cast video for Drag Race France over there. It was very fun to do. And I pissed off David several times, and that's always fun to do.
David said his brain did not compute with what you did, but it worked out perfectly.
It worked out perfectly, and we got to talk about everyone that we wanted to. And that's what matters. So we come to the workroom the next day. RuPaul comes in, no mini challenge. And it is time to send in the clowns. Your favorite, Lana, more clowns. 2 weeks in a row of clowns. Yay!
I really feel like they were like, let's trigger all the people who don't like clowns again. And I was like,
these ones weren't even sexy.
No, nothing sexy about these clowns. That was like new.
One of them, I think, tried to, but it didn't
tried
work.
to be, but no, it was a clown. It was still clowns.
Yes, but we are doing the Send in the Clowns roast because apparently now it's tradition to do a roast as the semifinal episode of UK.
Fine.
And the queens come back too.
Yeah, the queens come back. I don't love a roast as a semifinal. I'm gonna be honest. I've never loved it on UK. That's just me.
Yeah, same.
But we find out that Relisa, not slaves, because we've dropped her last name entirely. Except for visuals. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Loud noise.
Yes, very loud noise.
I don't think it was me.
It probably was. If you didn't hear it, it probably was.
It was probably it was me. Anyway, Relisa, for being the survivor of last week's lip sync, gets to choose the order. She goes over to choose the order, and she decides to channel the ancestors, which was my favorite part of this episode. I loved this.
I enjoy seeing non-Black or Caribbean people not understanding why we channel in the ancestors, and what they were like, what? Why would you? I'm like, oh no, this made legit sense. Sometimes you just got to let the ancestors handle it.
Yep.
Send it
and
to
not trust them, apparently.
Oh, you trust them?
Well, the wind was also blowing.
The wind was blowing. See, that was the ancestors.
But
that was the ancestor said, hold on, wait a minute, girl. You wasn't listening. Change it the other way. Change it the other way. She was like, oh, ancestors have spoken.
I
love that moment.
I
love that moment.
Look at the way Lavoie would not admit it to the group that she was so pissed off at this, but then in confessionals was like basically just like, what the fuck? Was everything to me.
I think my favorite dynamic in this, because I'm a person who says I don't think the order really matters that much. I've always said that, and we had Marmalade speak up right as soon as Relisa asked people's preference. Marmalade says order doesn't really matter. If you're funny, you're funny. And then Relisa decides to do this, like drawing names out of a hat. Then cut to Marmalade in confessional. You mean the fate of me in this competition is coming down to? I'm like, girl, you just said it. You said it didn't matter. I was like, yes, Marmalade, and now I'm like, wait, where's that?
Which one are
you just had?
Marmalade, who are you in this moment? Who are you?
Marmalade, who are you?
First of all, you have to remember what you said.
You just said it doesn't matter. Now all of a sudden it matters because she left it up to the ancestors. Like, love that. That whole couch bit for me was so funny because they were like, we could tell right away. Relisa was like, comedy crap. Don't want to do it.
She said it. We didn't have to tell it. She was like, "Ah, fuck. Why can't I just go on stage and shake my ass?" And I was like, honestly,
absolutely.
Can the challenge just be twerking?
Can we just have a dance challenge?
No, just a twerk challenge. I would love to see Lil attempt to twerk.
Oh my god!
I would love to see Marmalade attempt to twerk.
And Lavoie.
And Lavoie. And I'm pretty sure Kyron probably can.
Yes.
So funny.
Somewhat more successfully than the other three. But it's just like, I would pay money for that. I would.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun to see, but they
also,
all were...
Sorry.
It's okay. They were all panicking.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Is this the first time it's just randomized instead of like trying to pick an order?
I want to say someone else has done it
Resolution
random before.
Because I know in season 6 when Adora would just like assign roles just like that, like instead of like I feel like instead of like picking the like for this one it was like, oh yeah, so we'll just pick one and then this would be like one through 5 and then and then let's get into that.
Recently just went with the order people were standing. Didn't that happen pretty recently?
That happened on Down Under. That's what Michelle did. She was like, break them down the middle, and you on one group, you in the other group.
Yeah,
that's fair. But I think we need to stop treating this as if it was random because at least 3 people were shifted around. So
well,
yeah,
sure.
The first or not even that. Actually, everybody was shifted around. Everybody was shifted around at some point, except Marmalade, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because Marmalade was always last
in her position the whole time.
Yeah, because then Relisa put herself first. So yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, okay, it's Marmalade. It's me. Is Lavoie. Is Kyron. No, it's Lil like and Kyron. Like that.
Actually,
and Lil was like,
no, because
Lavoie.
Lil said,
Lil.
Initially, Relisa was last, so everybody was shifted from where they were.
Oh, Lord.
Then Lil said,
regardless.
Lil was like, me being after Lavoie. No, I don't really like that. And I think this was Relisa. Like, you know what? Lil is in the same boat as me. And I would not want to go after Lavoie. And
so I'm not going to make her do it either.
I'm not going to make her do it. So hold on. Wait a minute. The ancestors are speaking again. Yep, the wind has shifted. Lil, you go in front of Lavoie. Lavoie was like, wait, what? I'm like, if anybody should not be worried about where their place, it should have been Lavoie. If I was Lavoie, I would have been like, you put me anywhere and I'm just going to do what I do. It doesn't matter. So for her to act like she was pissed off about being shifted, I was like, girl, for why? Girl, for why? Because you're going to be fine if you were first or last or anywhere in between. You gonna be fine. And she knew that. She knew that. But she was hamming it up for the cameras because that's what Lavoie does. I love her for it. I love her for it.
I love her.
That's show business.
That's show business for real. And I love her for it.
So
and Lily, we know.
Living in Lavish Luxury, making an appearance on the UK podcast finally again. Lily. Oh, and it's an unfortunate episode for her to make her return.
Oh,
that sucks. We'll talk about it. But yes, so they start writing their own things. Release is panicking. Lil's panicking. It's panic across the board. And then we get, instead of Michelle or Alan or the guest judge, and I would have actually liked to see more of Siobhan, I gotta be honest with you, because she was a highlight of this episode for me. And I had no clue who she was. Instead of them, we get Ella Vidae and Michael Maruli. Now, why did they subsequently do a photo shoot and post it on Instagram where they're both shirtless with fake tattoos edited on? Have y'all seen that?
No.
I did not, but I'm just like, I'm very intrigued now.
I'm like, I mean, I'm not mad at seeing part of Ella Vidae shirtless again.
In
And
drag?
very frequently. No, they're out of drag.
Okay.
It's a very interesting photo shoot. But yeah, so they did their whole thing. But yes, they come in. I was really happy that they were like, let's rely on our roast winners. Because who won on season 4? Was it Danny?
Danny. Mhm.
Oh.
Oh, why not get Danny?
Wait, then what happened to this curse with the roast?
Oh no, did Danny not win?
They just don't.
No,
They don't
Danny
win.
did win, but Danny wasn't there.
No, but I heard people talking
They
about
said
how
it.
there's a roast curse. Like
Michael Maruli said it. Like, people who win the roast don't win.
Mhm. I heard that even before the episode, and then they confirmed it on the episode.
Well,
Ah.
fuck Danny Beard's drag, I guess.
Are we sure Cheddar didn't win after all?
I'm gonna go look.
I'm
But-
confirming this.
Honestly, like watching like them talk to people, it kept cutting to clips of their roast from the previous seasons. And I remember thinking Ella did well with the roast, but next to the clip of Michael's roast,
Yes.
I'm like, well, girl, yours don't compare. Your jokes do not compare to Michael's.
It was Danny.
Oh.
So I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Or Twitter.
Or
Maybe
Twitter.
Maybe they
Fuck
just.
Danny Beard's drag.
I'm about to say
I
her erase.
guess.
The Danny erasure is serious.
The beard erasure. The beard erasure. I will not stand for the beard erasure. No.
It's serious, but you know, it's what it is.
Anyway, I loved seeing both of these people again on TV. I loved it. Big fan. Big fan. And the way that, like, are they low-key, like, kind of dating? Like, did y'all get that vibe? I know they are both married. But, like, is there some kikiing and some kai-kaiing happening?
I didn't get that.
Hmm.
But
I kind of
don't
got the
think
opposite.
so.
I like when Michael made the
Oh.
me
joke
too.
about like taking her dick out of Ella's mouth.
Out of her mouth, and Ella looked at her like
Ella did
I
not
would-
look like
She
was
did not
enjoying
look happy. She looked like, bitch. She say something else,
it.
or maybe she was
But,
like,
like, do they
"We
know
weren't supposed to
each
talk
other?
about
like,
that."
Like, do they even know each other that well?
Who knows?
I
Possibly,
assume they have
but
a decent
again-
enough relationship if they're going to do a
I was
damn
not-
photo shoot together.
Yeah, I just saw the photo shoot and I'm just like, they're very handy right now.
Yeah,
So,
like they're both
Acting
dressed as
101.
sailors. For what?
So-
It's called acting, my dear.
who knows?
Who knows?
I'm gonna say-
Regardless.
Regardless,
Loved that we had, I love when prior contestants are here helping the queens. I love it. I did love when Ella told Relisa that she was funny looking. I was like, don't do this right now. And they're like they're doing their best to hype up Relisa. And she's just like, I'm not funny. I say things and then I go home. I put on lingerie, I do my number, I go home.
look here. You know who you are. You know your strengths. Relisa knows who she is, and she's like, comedy is not my thing. And everybody keeps like, oh no, you're funny. She's like, I am funny if I'm talking and I can say some things and somebody will laugh. But I am not the kind of person to be like, give me a microphone, let's start my show and do a funny comedy set bit. No. And we've seen it throughout this season. That's not her thing. She's not that girl. But whatever. What she lacks in comedy, she makes up in other things. So
Sure. And she makes up for in her ass.
here.
Pretty
Sure.
much.
Sure.
And then we get a workroom moment the next day, and everyone's still panicked. And then that's
Mhm.
basically it.
Yeah, not much more workroom stuff, which I was surprised about. So,
Well, they
I
had to
mean-
make the roast 40
Yeah.
damn minutes, basically. So,
oh yeah, this roast was abnormally long. So,
was there anything else, David? Because I don't remember if there was.
Not that I wrote down. I mean, we did find out that Kyron went to clown school.
Clown school, and LaVar was like, "What? What haven't you done? Like
Clowns.
for real?
Clowns.
She was like, "You went to clown school." But I will say this: as soon as Kyron said, "I'm going to create a character," I was like, another. That's my only issue with Kyron. Kyron is doing so many things right. The only issue I have with her is the fact that she always seems to fall into, I have to do a character. Like Kyron is never enough. Like she could have did this roast as Kyron, just being Kyron, but she has to do characters. And I was like, no, please don't do another character. I don't want to see Kyron do another character. But I think that's her comfort zone. I think that's what she doesn't feel comfortable as Kyron, so she has to go into this character where she can hide behind and just do it that way. And I don't understand why, because she's so good at what she does as Kyron. And I'm like, girl, but some people need the confidence boost, and I think what happened in this episode and what they said to her on the judgment, I hope that sinks in, because she needs to know that she is enough. She is clearly enough and really good at what she does. She does not have to always rely on characters. But the second she said it in the workroom, I was like, no, not another character. Give me you. But yeah, we'll talk about how that worked out for her.
I was going to say, I have more to talk about with that at several different points later on. So, yeah. But
I do want to be fair, because like when she's been doing characters in the past, everybody's been doing characters. I think this was one of the only times where she took the liberty to do it and nobody else really was.
you're right.
But I see what you're saying. And I'm wondering, should I be vulnerable and honest right now about something?
Well, if you want to.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So when I was probably about 12, I was very involved in my church, and they had a big thing with church clowns, and I may have gone through some training to be a clown.
You
with
went
my
to clown
church.
school?
David went to
You
clown
went to
school?
clown school? Wait a minute.
So-
Was it clown school? Was it mimes?
It was actual, like we would talk, we would sing, we would perform. We were trying to get people to come to church and doing it through being clowns. So
Why?
David?
it was just a popular
No,
thing.
that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's literally a thing. But
Okay.
I'm surprised you went to clown school. Because, okay, so I didn't do clown school, but I did do mime.
Okay.
And did some, because we used to do mime for church. It was all for church. It was mime dancing and praise dancing. And so those were two different
Okay. Yeah,
things.
yeah.
And so I was on the praise dance team. And so we did the praise dance thing. And then we had to learn about
You
the
put
mime
makeup on
team.
to do this?
Yeah,
too?
you had to do the whole
Wow,
makeup
okay.
thing. And
Oh,
there are no
wow.
pictures. There are no pictures.
No pictures
at
of
all.
me either. But
No
and I'm
pictures.
glad.
Me too. I'm
because
so glad. No, thank you.
I had a very specific character, and at the time I had no idea what appropriation was. But
Oh,
my
God.
character was kind of like a rapper clown.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
You a thug life
David.
clown. Yo.
I had the blingiest
Oh my
costume.
No,
You a
David.
thug life clown.
Oh,
You was rapping for Jesus and saving souls for the Lord.
Guess what my name was?
Yo.
Guess
Oh,
what my name
God.
was?
Oh, no.
God.
What was your
In
name?
context that this is a church thing. Lana, you might. I'm a rapping clown in context of church. My name was Rap Sure.
Rapture.
Why am I telling the internet all of this?
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much.
God.
Oh my.
I need to get off of this podcast.
Oh my God, David, you have just opened my eyes to so much about you I never knew.
Brandon, do you need to admit any clown or mime school while we're here?
Okay, no. None of that. None of that.
Are you sure?
Again, because like the only thing that I can relate to that, but none of that at all. Because like again, there's a clown camp that goes to my work, so
Oh yeah. Okay.
and then they have to like and then like whenever like give the pool rules, and it's just like and then I see them doing like these tricks. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Would I do this? No.
Good.
So
No.
I am not any a part of this.
I have
so.
none. No clowning.
Look,
I can't. I can't.
if for the Cup Awards, if somebody puts David comes out as a former clown as one of the moments, I'm going to be so annoyed.
I'm nominating you tomorrow. That is going to be my number one thing to nominate because I know what you're going to put up about me. So I'm going to put that up about you.
Fair. Okay.
Now we can make a compromise.
Each other and not me.
We can make a compromise and not put up each other for the.
Oh, I will put both of them up, and I don't care.
Up, Loki. It doesn't matter. I'm nominating it. It's so fun. I can't believe it. You were rapture.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
that. I love that so much to my
No.
whole soul.
I hope that is not a drag name somewhere. I really hope.
Please welcome to the stage, the incomparable
Rapture!
Rapture.
Period. Oh my God. I'm coming to take you away. You just don't even know.
I say, I
Can
rap
we
because
go-
I'm sure I'm going up in the rapture.
Oh, period.
That was my motto.
I love
What the
So-
fuck
Why
is
do
going on
I
up in
keep
here
talking?
today?
Why do I keep
I
exposing
love
myself?
it so much. You have no idea. My heart is filled with so much joy. Oh,
What the
I'm
fuck
getting
is
caught
going
up
on
in the
up in here
rapture.
on this day?
I'm gonna
Oh
get
my
caught
God.
up in the
Oh
rapture with rap.
No,
David,
no.
nope.
No,
Nope.
You fucked up the whole goddamn order, David.
Nope.
Ugh.
Nope. You can't do it. You can't run from me.
We're gonna go to the runway.
Yes, good idea.
This is everything. I'm sorry.
Well, Siobhan looks great.
Siobhan looks gorge.
Mhm.
I was like, you better work, lady I've never heard of before tonight.
She said she knew where she was coming. Here.
She understood the assignment.
Period.
Mhm.
I think Chara said, Mama T is back.
No.
No.
No, ma'am. No,
And
don't
my mom is here.
don't do that to Mama T. No.
Both of them look fabulous. I would love
They
them.
do. That's
You
a-
compare Mama T to Shop.
Well, yeah, no, they're both fabulous, but anyway.
Oh, that's
Um,
funny.
Is this the first time we have seen Michelle in a bra and panty? Like, it's just a panty.
Maybe.
I feel like she was getting ready for her down under promo look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
She was
my
like-
God. Wait, it kind
was-
of is. Well, the thigh
was like-
high. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think she was like, you know what? This was what I was going to wear for my down under shoot, but then we changed it the last minute and we figured out something else.
So
So
we did
I'm
the
just gonna wear this.
pigtails with the lace bodysuit instead of the lace
Right.
dress with the hair to
Not
the
she said the
side.
dress. She was like, the dress is cute, but the bodysuit is better. So I'm gonna do the bodysuit for the promo, and then the dress, I'll just say that for.
Yes,
a
because the
runway.
number one thing everyone is going to be talking about with Michelle's Down Under promo is the thigh gap for the rest of her entire life.
Work.
And Alan looks lovely.
Absolutely.
And Rue looks good.
No,
She's
I like
kind
this
of giving me ballerina RuPaul, and I'm not mad at it.
Mm-hmm. No, I like this dress a lot.
I like
this
this.
is what the I like the wig.
That's what
Octavia's
I was
wig
about to
is back.
say. But it's better than ever. It's not crusted dry.
But like
not
this
dry.
is what the ballerina RuPaul doll would be wearing.
Mm.
And I kind of live. But anyway. Let's talk about our roasters. Yes, I picked the worst possible photos for all 5 of them. But here are some clowns. And in classic David fashion, we're going to talk about them and reveal our rankings. And then David's going to give us an average ranking, even though I'm pretty sure the average rankings are going to be pretty much the same as everybody else's rankings for the most part, maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have the exact same rankings for everybody, but we'll see.
Should we just do that at the top and then talk about them? Because I'm pretty sure we all have the same ranking.
I know we all have the same number one.
Okay. Number one on 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Lavoie.
Relisa. No, of course it's Lavoie. Obviously, it's Lavoie.
Number 2 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Marmalade. Great. Now, here's where we might differ.
Maybe.
I'd
be surprised. Number 3 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Kyron.
Okay.
Great.
Number 4 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Lil. Okay, well, we don't even need to do number 5.
I wanted to do this. Okay, but we have to say number 5, unfortunately.
Okay, number 5 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Relisa. Unfortunately. All right, well, that's all you need to know about the challenge. Anyway, let's go. No, I'm kidding.
We all agree. Thank you.
Yep.
We all agree. So talk about it however you want, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go in order. Relisa, nervous energy right away. She had some jokes. A lot of them weren't like hitting hard. Like she was like, oh, it's giving salmonella food poisoning. I don't remember the context of it. Then she compared everybody to animals. I do appreciate that she went for the physical comedy here. She really did like try to transform herself. Like, especially when she was doing Alan as like a chipmunk. I thought that was really funny. And RuPaul is the bird. So I appreciated her efforts. She did have a moment where she forgot what she was doing and she had to look through her notes awkwardly, but she was trying to fill the space with talking. It just kind of made it awkward. I think she ended well. Like her jokes about how she can tell somebody's age by how they pee. Like at first I was like, what are we doing? But then she ended it with Michelle and just like poured the liquid out of her mouth. I'm like, okay, at least you ended on a high. So for me, it was not that funny, but there were moments, and there's only really one lull, I think. So yeah, overall, still the weakest.
Definitely the weakest, but I do. She did have moments of funny. And I was like, oh, okay. And the joke you mentioned she was talking about, she said, look at this audience like a buffet. And I get salmonella. I'm talking about the queens and stuff. And I was like, okay, that was funny. I did like the pee thing. I was like, what's she doing? Oh, okay, I got it. And then when she did it, I was like, that's so relatable because I'm old and I know those things. I was like, yeah, it does change in time. But I thought it was funny for that moment. Yeah, I when she went to her notes and she forgot, I liked how she kind of was like, "Ooh, yep, nope, did that one. Nope, got a laugh there. That was kind of cute." I didn't find it. I thought that was. I didn't find it awkward. I thought that was cute. A cute way of trying to cover up that she lost her place, and so she was like, "Oh, okay, nope, that was good. Yep, got a laugh on that one. Thank y'all on that one." And so okay, got it. Yep, this is the one. I thought it was a funny way to try to cover up her mistake, but yeah, it wasn't strong. She tried. And honestly, I wasn't expecting more than that. Like, I would have been surprised if she just came out the gate and just knocked it out the park. I'd be like, wait a minute, where was this? Who is this? So I kind of expected her to probably be the weakest in this challenge. And she was, unfortunately. But it wasn't horrible. That's why I said at the beginning, overall, I don't think this was a horrible roast because I don't think anybody did so bad where they got no laughs. Like everybody got some laughs at some point. I've seen roasts in the 2 years of watching Drag Race where I was like, oh my god, this is just bad from beginning to end. Like nobody's good. Everybody's bombing. At
There was no
least it was
Utica, no pheromone. Those were rough ones.
Oh,
it
Ah,
was but yeah.
Oh, highlighter Vegas.
Oh wow.
sorry, go.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was done.
Okay.
Okay.
I will say, at least I appreciate the release that at least didn't do Sammy the character for a third time.
My God,
I do
thank
appreciate
thank
that.
God.
Thank
I
I
God.
could
really
have
thought-
lived for
I
that.
really thought she might have done it, and it would have sent her home for sure. I will say, if she had did this performance, build it as a stand-up comedy performance, she would have been safe. But as a roast, it was the
Yeah.
least successful roast. That's what it
Agreed.
comes down to for me. That's why I said, like, the bottom two for me were successful stand-up comedy routines, not successful roasts. And that's what, and I don't think anyone succeeded at the roast aspect except for Lavoie. For me, at least. Like, there were jokes, they were all funny, but the only person that succeeded in a funny roast was Lavoie. For me.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that because like the judges said, Relisa had digs, but they were not like a roast per se. So I mean, like the last bits of it was kind of like roast-esque, but not like full on roast. Like because like the routine itself, Relisa was fine, and then when she had to like look over her notes, that's when she lost me. Because I was just like, oh no. Because she was like relying on it, and I was not like entertained, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
And then we had Kyron. I thought Kyron had a lot of good moments. Kyron does the character Claggy Crevice. I didn't mind the character so much. I just think the voice kind of got old after a while, but she had a lot of good moments. Like I thought her back and forth with Saki Yu was interesting, and then probably the highlight was all of her Kiki's wigs are so dry jokes. My favorite one of those was Kiki's wigs are so dry that it makes Chanel's tears actually look wet.
fake tears look wet.
Yes, that was it. Her making fun of how Alan talks, I didn't like that. That was kind of awkward for me. There were a few like ones where people went a little too mean for me, and that part did feel a little too mean. Oh, and when she talked about how Cog's turn is RuPaul tries to remember each of their names each week, I thought that was a really good way to finish it off. So overall, yeah, I thought Kyron was pretty good.
Yeah, Kyron was fine. She was fine. I think she was fine. I didn't enjoy the character clown and the voice. Like I didn't think that was necessary, not for what she was presenting. But it was fine. She had some good jokes. I thought she did fine. And yeah.
And we've seen this look before on our Instagram, haven't we? Wasn't this one of the ones on the Instagram review that we
It
did?
might have been
I don't
something.
remember.
I can't remember. But like I said, I never mind seeing looks reused.
Right.
That was a conversation that happened on Down Under. I agree with everything they said, by the way, but we'll talk about that when we get to Down Under. But I don't get I actually kind of enjoy seeing looks being reused because like that's a lot of money they got to put into these looks, and some people spend a lot of money to get them made, and so why would I wear them once and then not wear it again? That's crazy. I don't do that with my everyday. Look, I wear some clothes for years and years and years until they fall apart and say, don't wear me anymore. I'm gonna keep wearing the shirt. But yeah, I don't mind it. But I think Kyron did fine. She was fine in this roast. Some jokes were funny, some jokes weren't. It was just what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much to add, honestly, that hasn't already been said, other than I think Kyron could have easily played this as herself and done just as well. I don't think she
Yeah.
would have done better. I don't think she would have done worse. I think she just
don't think
it would have been just as good.
I don't think the character added anything, and I don't think if it wasn't there, it would have took away anything.
The initial shock value was good, but after that wore off, like there's not.
Yeah, it wore off after like 2 jokes. I was like, and I'll be honest, her voice was a little distracting. Like the raspy voice. It kind of, I was like, okay, it started out fine, and then it just kept going, and I was like, no.
Right.
But again, still funny though. I will say that. Like, still better material than Relisa, but I guess objectively, I was like, this voice is not doing it for me. So
Then next we had Lil as Cheapo the Clown. I thought she had some pretty good jokes. Some of them I'm like, I don't really get it, but I think I might know where you're going. Like, I didn't get Rue has a cute angina. I'm like, is that like a type of medical issue?
angina is chest pain.
Okay, that makes sense. And her joke about
cute angina.
Her joke about Alan's dead dog. She never saw the ass cheeks coming. I thought that was going to be like some like really crossing the line type of joke based on the preview last week, where we saw Alan say, "You can come after me, but not after my dead dog." And so when it was her, it was like, "Oh, but that was actually kind of funny." And then she has a part where she's talking about Kiki, and then she's talking about Kiki, and then she's so
she mentioned it fast, and then she said this joke.
Yes. You got my bit. You got my bit.
I was gonna say it. Look, I'm be Kiki. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it. That was so funny to me. Kiki was like, I'm glad you said it, because I was about to be like,
sometimes I think like the roast winner should be the person who gets the best jokes about them, because then you're the person giving a lot of material, and that person this episode was Kiki, because there were so many good Kiki jokes.
They came for Kiki's neck, and she was like, okay, all right.
But yeah, Rue was dying the whole last part when Lil could not find her place. And Lil was doing a good job of making it work and not like having awkward moment, even though she was clearly messing up. She was figuring out ways to make it funny still. So big props to, like, not just anybody can do that. We saw Relisa couldn't quite do that.
Right.
So I want to give her big props for that.
Absolutely. I was going to say that too, Dave. I was like, Lil did what not a lot of people could do, and when they are in a position of the spotlight is on them and they just go blank. She just rolled with it so well and was like, and Kiki, you know what? It's something to end with. It ended up with LaVoie and her, and it just kind of rolled. Like, that was the part of Lil's performance that I laughed the hardest. She knew how to just keep it rolling, and even in her mess up, she kept it rolling. And I agree with the judges when they were like, if she just leaned into that and made that the act, like, I'm the forgetful comic. Like, I just forget stuff all the time, and this is like, but it ends with us, and just keep it rolling. It would be hilarious. Lil is such a hilarious person, just naturally funny. And I think writing material and trying to perform material is something that's just, she's not that type of funny. She's just an off the cuff kind of funny, like telling a story. Dry sense of humor. You're muted, Logan, so we heard nothing you were trying to interrupt.
I'm muted, which is why she was so good at Snatch Game.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's just so off the cuff with her. And I think that's the kind of person, like, she is that person, like, if in your friend group, who just tells the best stories and you just laughing all the time when you're around them, because they don't even realize that they're that funny. You be like, do you know how funny you are? Oh my God. And it's just, it's so funny that way. But I thought Lil was, sure, she wasn't on top of everything, and sure, she wasn't the best and had all the best jokes, but she knew how to maneuver it and roll with it the best. And I love seeing that from her.
Yeah, that was going to be my whole point, was just that I wish she had kind of owned it a little bit more. She did a great job owning it as is, but I kind of wish, I agree with you, Lana. I wish she had kind of like taken it from the conception and been like, this is the character I'm doing. I'm just going to go this way. Like like even with the hat bit, she could have like tied that into like, oh, I forgot that I also stole this hat. And like she could have leaned that direction with things. It wasn't bad per se.
It just wasn't great.
I love the hat bit where it was just from this big hat and then it went from that pointy hat up.
Mm-hmm.
That was too good, but it didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. No, yeah. Echoing what everyone said. Again, because she's just naturally funny that way and goes off the cuff. Because of the prepared material she had, that was what was keeping her back. So
yeah. Next up we have Lavoie. Masterclass. So I think part of what it added to the humor of her set was just how she looked. Like she looked like this wild poodle clown that's been tie-dyed red, and it was just cracking me up. Like seeing her do everything, deliver her jokes, looking like this. That was like a big portion of what made this so funny. But she just had funny joke after funny joke. Like the Kiki portion for her was Kiki's all about the body yaddy, but her outfits look shoddy yaddy.
That was mean, disrespectful, and hateful, and I loved it.
It was so good.
And I loved it.
It got more hateful though, because I think the part that I was cracking up the most, I could not control myself. And usually when I watch things that are funny on Drag Race, I don't act like I can think it's funny, but I don't laugh out loud. I was cracking up the whole bit about Dita quit talking so much, and she left a pause. She's like, I left a pause for you to say something.
Talking, you feel it.
And the whole time Dita's just looking like, how dare you?
Dita was pissed off that she had to be there and she wasn't at home.
Right.
Like, Dita did not look like she wanted to be there. She did not want anything to do with this. Meanwhile, Kiki's over here living her absolute goddamn best life, and I loved every moment of it. And Saki Yu got more damn airtime in this one episode than she did in the 2 other episodes she was in.
And that leads to the next point when she brings out the mat for Saki Yu.
So pay away.
She's like, sometimes you fell over or you had a fall. You're too old.
When do you go from having a fall?
Right.
Rue, you would have a fall.
Saki fell over. You would have a fall.
And of course, when the fairies visit Alan, they don't get a tooth; they get herpes.
Oral herpes.
Herpes.
Oral herpes.
Even oral herpes. Not even any other kind of herpes. Just oral herpes. Yes.
It was
sure
one of the best roasts I've ever seen. So good. This was a game changer for her. This was a game changer. She's the one to beat for sure now.
Yeah.
Going into this episode, I was like, Kyron still got the leg up in this. I think. After this roast, I said, nope. Kyron is now playing from the first time from behind. And Lavoie
for the first time.
For the first time, I think she is now feeling the effect that she is playing from behind. But Lavoie, like you said, David, masterclass. I literally was sitting on my bed, and when she finished, I was applauding. I was like, yes! So if I could stand up in my bed, I would have. It was just, she deserves a standing ovation. I think they wanted to give her one, but they knew they couldn't give her one because that just would have been. But she ate this up from the second she walked out looking like the red poodle, like you said, David. She ate this up from the minute she walked off into the minute she left that stage. And then even her outro where she was like, and now I will leave you with 3 minutes of silence. No, I'm sorry. Here comes marmalade. I was just like, are you kidding me? Woman, if you don't stop it, you like my side was hurting from laughing so much at Lavoie. She ate one down with this one.
Let that sink in.
I have never been so like we've seen some good people do some good roast. This is the top of the best roast I have ever seen from anybody. No, she just know what she's doing, and she ate it up. I would put her against anybody else who won a roast, and I think she still will come out on top. Like she's that good.
Put her against professional comics.
Professional comics, like put her up against those people who roast for a living. I think she would eat it up. She's so good. I loved every second of Lavoie in this one. She earned all the respect in this episode. This was the top shelf. She was the top shelf of this episode for me, from beginning to end.
She did what needed to be done. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Period.
I was going to keep it up there because I was going to say the exact same thing. But also, because it was mentioned in the judges' critiques, the fact that Michelle Visage compared her to Bianca Del Rio, that says something. And I will admit, like, I was laughing just as hard when I like first watched Bianca's stand-up routine the very first time. So when you compare the two, I was like, oh shit. Like the fact that happened for me, I was like, oh, here we go. So
love it.
Mm-hmm.
Next we had Marmalade, who I thought was very funny. I will say she delivered an amazing 5-minute set in 3 minutes. She didn't edit anything out. She just went very fast. She had the most jokes per minute. And for the most part, they landed. I just do wish she had edited a little bit, taken out the weaker ones, let your real like zingers like soak in a little bit more. But she's by far the person I wrote the most about because I'm like, she's flying through these. Like she talked about who was it? She said they might be the first brick at Stonewall, judging by how they look. Was that Dita?
Dita.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course. She said, there's so many wonderful things I could say about Chanel, but I'd rather tell the truth. And she calls her a prick and says that she would run her over with a car. Oh, and this was one of my favorite jokes, once again, about Kiki. She said, you are so oily. These Americans are getting ready to invade. And then going for Rue in her music was brave. She's like, she shaded her for writing He Says It's Christmas. And she said, I grew up listening to your music. Oh, sorry. I threw up listening to your music. There were a lot of really good jokes. I do think there were times where she went a little too mean, and there's a fine line. And honestly, sometimes the line isn't even up to you. It's up to how the person reacts. And there were a few times when she made jokes about people and you could tell like they weren't taking it well. So that just made it awkward for everybody. So the best audience in a roast are people that are going to be receptive to everything. But still, I thought Marmalade did very well. It's just Lavoie was untouchable.
Lavoie was head and shoulders above the rest. I thought Marmalade was good. I do think she crossed the line more so than other people. I felt like her jokes went from funny to mean and so fast it gave me whiplash. It was like, oh girl. Like, oh, okay. Wait, what? Like it was so quickly going from funny to mean. And I was like, I don't know how to react to this anymore. It got to the point where I was like, I don't know if I should laugh or not because it was a meanness that wasn't even funny mean. It wasn't even like, girl, that's funny. It was kind of mean, but it was from, that's funny. To, girl, hold on. Ooh, don't say that about nobody. Don't talk about nobody. Like with the joke about that she did about Michelle. Michelle did not appreciate that at all. And it was mean. I was just like, Michelle was like, first of all, because honestly, and she should know this, don't nobody want to be talking about their plastic surgery if they're not very public about it. And Michelle was like, I ain't never talked about no plastic surgery. I never had no plastic surgery.
And especially because like her entire boob situation was very, very public and very, very traumatizing for her. So like, if that's what Marmalade was referencing,
It was her
then
face,
like,
though.
She's talking about her face, but still,
was she
because she's talking about her eyebrows.
Oh, okay. Wow.
She's talking about the eyebrows as high as RuPaul's hairline.
Mhm.
And Michelle was like, but the way she started it was, we all know Michelle had work done. And Michelle was like, okay, hold on. Where is this going? And I think maybe she thought it was going to go on her boob joke, on the
Mhm.
boobs. And then Marmalade went to the face, and she was kind of like, no, like, I've had.
And Michelle's
some
usually receptive to those kind of jokes, like anything about her appearance or about her being a
Yeah.
slut or whatever.
Yeah.
But this was one of the times that she shut her down. And I do think, like, if Michelle had laughed, it wouldn't have felt as awkward as it did. But she didn't laugh, so it felt awkward.
She didn't laugh, and it felt weird, and it just felt. And some of the stuff, I think I felt like it was mean. Now, even some of the stuff that people laughed at, that they found funny, I was like, yeah, it's still kind of mean. I would never say that. Like, but I don't know. It just, I don't know. For me, but they weren't talking about me. But if they would to say some of the stuff she was saying about me, I'd be like, girl, I'm gonna fight you. Like, after this show is over, I'm fighting you. But I don't know.
The way you did that, Lana, you go.
That just felt mean to me. But yeah, I'm done. Let me stop talking.
I think the thing is, and Marmalade even said it on the runway, and I do agree, I would rather someone go too far than not far enough. Marmalade's was a roast. It may have gone too far, but it was a roast. I can't exactly say that necessarily about the other three people other than Lavoie. So, like, I think, for me, like, Marmalade did her job. She amped everything up, but she didn't want to be safe here. And I will respect that more than someone who doesn't go far enough with their jokes. So.
I will say this, though, because, like, if there was a full-on call-out, then that would have been a whole different story with that. So, yeah. And again, like, yes, Marmalade did go a little too far, but it didn't cross that line, unfortunately, like, thankfully. So, yeah. Like, she did fine. Like, I was able to laugh, but like what everyone said, because she went so fast, like, it was hard to keep up. Like, the comedic, like, there was some comedic timing, but it wasn't enough to get that relief, unfortunately. So, but still did a good job, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, Julie. Boom. We get some critique stuff, some untucked stuff. It was all just, well, Lavoie is gonna win, and everyone else is basically in the bottom. So everybody go learn this song.
Everybody knew. It was just like, like, it was no question about it, because even when they were sitting over there listening to Lavoie, everybody was just like dying, laughing. And they were like, she is eating us up right now. Like, you know, when you getting ate up, and they all got ate up. They were like, so who's safe and who's not? I don't know. And I think even with the critiques and everything that happened on the runway, everybody knew what was up. Everybody knew who was going to be at the top. Everybody knew. And then they were like, well, it could go either way. With, I think Marmalade is second. And Release was like, I'm lip syncing. Release is like, I'm lip syncing. I know it. So let me go learn a song. My funniest thing, y'all, Lil laying on that couch in Untucked. And she's laying on the couch and she says, I'm going to have to lip sync looking like this.
And that's exactly how she said it.
It was so simple and so little, but she's like, I'm going to have to lip sync looking like this. I can barely breathe. I just hope I don't die.
In full gimp
like,
outfit.
Oh my, full thing. Oh my God. I was like, if any time they should be able to change into a performance look,
right,
this would be the time, because my baby Lil is covered from head to toe. Her nose is about this much of her nose is out. And
I don't think she had a full face on underneath.
No, I don't think she. I mean, why would you? You putting
Right.
vinyl all over your face? Absolutely not. But if anybody who needed a time to change into a performance look, today would have been the day for Lil to do it. And she was just like, I know I'm lip syncing, but I hope I don't die. I love Lil so much. I love her
too.
so much. That's the funny that she is. She just says stuff and you be like, girl, did you just hit yourself? It's so good. But they knew they were lip syncing and it was just like, it is what it is. Let's just go do what we got to do. And they did. But of course, Lavoie won this. Of course, Lavoie won this. Who else was winning? Who else was winning? Nobody. And this was so deserved. She was head and shoulders above the rest. Like, this is Lavoie. Here's Marmalade being second. Like, it was no contest. It was no contest.
And beyond that, it was no contest because she's the only person that on the spot had a joke for Siobhan.
Period.
On the spot going, oh, what's your name again? Oh,
okay, thanks, Brian. Thanks, Brian.
Glad to
Good
meet
job,
you,
Brian.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm talking about her headpiece.
Your headpiece, like, did you wear a motorcycle? You rode a motorbike here? Or is that you just chose to wear this? I was just like, Lavoie, you're stupid. I would have paid money to go see her do this act. That's how good she was. Like, I would have been like happy to get a ticket and sit in the audience and just bust a gut laughing at her. But she ate this up. She deserved the win. Nobody's surprised. Nobody's surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But then we did have our bottom two because they were Relisa and Lil.
I want to share something my roommate said. I already told Logan, but I'm curious what you all think about this.
Okay.
My roommate believes what they should have done is give Lavoie the win, make Marmalade safe, and then the other three lip sync and only one stays. And I think the reason is because you could weed out people that just don't have a chance going into the finale as it is. And I see where he's coming from. Like, I don't know how I feel about it, but there also is like a risk that if Kyran is a big front runner, you could lose him. So it would be a risk, but also it's like there's so many times where there's just a person at the finale and you're like, well, I'm happy for them, but they don't have a chance to win. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it would have happened either way. I think if either one of these two stayed, it was going to be that because we think the front runners of this show is Lavoie and it's Kyran and Marmalade
and distant Marmalade.
Distant Marmalade. So it's like it really didn't matter at this point if you were gonna have a final three or a final two, because we know they couldn't just have the final two. So it's like, let's just keep it 4, make it look like we're trying to do something, but we know what we're doing. But this lip sync, though, I kind of actually enjoyed the lip sync, but I did feel for Lil because we saw nothing of her face because she was covered. And so she was moving and she was doing it, but this song calls for expressions in the eyes, and you couldn't see Lil's face at all in this. And so it kind of took away from probably how good she was actually lip syncing. Relisa kind of ate, but that's because we could see her eat. I think Lil was probably eating under that mask. We just couldn't see her do it. And that's unfortunate.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And this was a good song too.
It was a pretty good song. This
Yeah,
was a song built. This was a song built for Relisa.
Yeah, and obviously this was the UK of it all because it's Ella Henderson, even though it was by David Guetta. So,
and Becky Hill.
And Becky Hill. Yes,
Two people I watched. People I watched on like different UK singing shows. One was on X Factor, one was on The Voice, and they were two of my favorites on their seasons.
I didn't know this song, but I really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, this is a good song. I will put it on my playlist. Good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lip sync we remember for Relisa,
Mm-hmm.
and for the fact that we all just felt real bad for Lil. Like that's what we're gonna remember from this lip sync is just remember when Lil had to lip sync as a gimp Marilyn Monroe and went home?
Went home because we only
Yeah, I
saw this
remember
much
that
of her face.
too.
With
So
the whole
bad.
face kini.
There's just, for me, there's always a ceiling. If your face is really obstructed, like it doesn't
Mhm.
matter if I can see your mouth, if I can see your eyes. If it's mostly obstructed, I'm not getting enough emotion or like facial like expressions from you. And
Mhm.
I can't think of a person who's had either a ton of like dark makeup on their face or a mask on their face that has had to lip sync and that I felt like they actually wanted lip sync because
Mhm.
there's a ceiling. There's a
Vanjie.
ceiling. Hmm?
Vanessa Vanjie Mateo.
When?
The face Kini runway on season 10 when she sent Plastique home.
Yeah, I don't remember. But if they were both wearing face bikinis.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying that is an example.
Mm.
Well,
did
I mean, but did you watching it? The fact that you don't even remember watching it, it probably didn't leave that much of a.
I couldn't tell you what the song was. All I
Yeah.
remember is Vanjie in this latex outfit whipping her like
The
4-foot
ponytail.
ponytail around.
Hmm.
That's all I remember.
See, and that's the thing. That is the thing. If you're going to have a face thing on, you need something to distract people to not just be so focused on your face. Like she had that, you said the ponytail. Post was like,
yeah.
oh. But like for
Lil
Lil
did have that. Her wig was falling off.
Was it?
Yeah.
it
Oh,
kinda
several
was-
times she had to go.
Um,
Because how?
I
I
how
think
do
I
you-
was
how do
watching
you
Relisa
secure
the
a
whole
Watching
time.
wig to a
Relisa.
gimp? Well, yes. We were all watching Relisa, and guess what? Relisa won the lip
Was.
sync. Relisa's in the finale, and we lose our dear
Yeah.
sweet angel Lil, and
I
I'm
love
upset.
Lil.
I love Lil too.
I love Lil so much. She was one of my
Yeah.
favorites. She literally was one of my favorites in this season. It was so good.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing when she was trying to write her goodbye message, the lipstick broke.
Lipstick broke.
Of
She was
course
like,
it did.
of course it will break. Lil was like,
Yeah.
fine, let me use one of my own lipsticks to write this
Right.
message.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Lil,
Lil
you
is-
are loved. You are
Oh, yeah.
loved. Loved.
Adored here.
Here
Adored
on this
here.
cup, we love you. Oh,
Lil was the person I went on the biggest journey with on this season because preseason I really did not know how I was going to feel about her. I just did not know. She won me over episode 1, and I had been rooting for her.
Her
ever
Instagram
since.
though.
Instagram won me over.
Her Instagram
Yeah,
is
Instagram.
spectacular. Her looks are incredible, and she is someone I would love to see compete again.
Absolutely.
I think she could pull a Katya right now and go on All Stars right now. Like if they cast her on UK versus the World season 3, I would not be surprised.
Yep.
There are other people that I might want to see from previous seasons a little bit more just based on recency, but I love Lil.
I agree.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't feel like she's living in lowly loserdom right now because she's not. She is loved and respected and appreciated. And one of my favorites. She's in my top 4 from the season, so I'm kind of sad that she's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's great.
And since she was on Team Lana, my heart hurts. My heart hurts. But I loved her from the Instagram. And I was like, I'm ready to take this journey with her because her dry sense of humor is just something I just adore. I love it. But yeah.
Love Lil.
And still, one of my
Love
top
Lil.
2 looks from the season is from Lil still.
Period.
Yeah. Love you,
Love you-
Lil.
Love you, Lil.
Come on the pod. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely.
Keep talking.
Yeah. I mean, we love Lil so much. She's the
Oh my
best
god,
thing
Lil,
ever.
I love her. Robbed 5th place icon.
Icon.
all those
Legend.
things.
The
Okay,
moment.
y'all are good.
Do we have a
great.
draft update, David?
Oh yes.
Oh
I
my
was
god,
totally prepared.
thank you. Oh my
I'm
god, I'm
so
so glad
glad
to
you're
hear that you were
ready.
prepared.
Love that.
Yes. Okay. So Logan is in 4th place with 47 points.
But
David
I'm catching up.
David is in 3rd place with 52 points.
That is a smaller margin than I thought it was, and I will take that victory.
Yep. Eris is in second place with 62 points. And Lana is in first place with 68.5 points.
Yay.
I'm holding on with a Kyron in the dream.
I think, do we all have one person?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Nobody's out. Nobody's out.
So,
Because I've got Lavoie.
I've got Marmalade.
Kyron.
And Eris has Relisa.
Mm-hmm.
How fun. You know what?
Yeah.
How fun. I don't stand a shot at winning this draft, but how fun for me.
Well, with that
okay.
in mind, it makes it impossible for anybody to beat Lana.
I was going to say, we can just announce right now that the winner of the Series 6 Drag Race UK draft here at the Cup is Lana!
Yay! I'm back on top, baby. It took me a few seasons, but I'm back.
Even if you don't have the actual winner of the season, which I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
I'm not. Look, at first I was very confident.
I think I do.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Let's talk about it. Yeah. So we have the finale next week. They're doing a tongue-in-cheek remix kind of thing. I'm interested to see if it's fun. If it's funny again, I'm gonna be so mad for Relisa. I'm gonna be so upset for Relisa. But yes, we have our top four: Lavoie, Kyron, Marmalade, and Relisa Lisa. Not exactly the top four I would have expected going into the season, but I am thrilled with this top four nonetheless. Before we have the finale next week, I want to hear everyone, who do you think is going to win and why?
Well, I think it's fascinating. Like, this is the 6th season in a row where it's been a pretty strong 2-horse race. Like, every single season, it's like, okay, it's one of these two people. Which one is it going to be? And I think this is one of the tighter ones. Well, season 4 was extremely tight, but this is right there behind it. I had been leaning towards Kyron pretty much the whole season, just because I felt like they wanted somebody who was pretty different from all of the other UK winners. And honestly, I think both Lavoie and Kyron are different enough that it will work. But I do think with the momentum shift here, like, this was like a big slam of the brakes for Kyron and a huge leap forward for Lavoie. So I do think it is hers to lose. I still would not be mad at a double win. I know Lana would hate that. I think if it's going to happen, it needs to happen once in a blue moon. This might be the time, because they are both winner material. Right, Foster?
I mean...
a different cat.
A different cat. A more engaging cat. This cat
living in lavish luxury Yas was eliminated, so Foster's here.
Living in luxury, whatever. Lily could care less about us. Lily could care less about us. Lily is like, whatever. Foster's like, I want to be a part. Bring me in,
right.
Tag me in, coach. But I was feeling that, like, I felt the same way, David. I was like, Kyron was the one I thought was going to take it for the very long time. I was like, she's running this thing. And now the shift with Lavoie is like, oof. If they do a double win in this situation, I wouldn't be mad, because it's still Kyron and it's still Lavoie, and I still think both of them deserve. It wouldn't be so bad for me if they decide to do that. I won't be so mad, but
because Kyron's on your draft team.
Absolutely. Let's keep it real.
You already won. Who cares?
I know, but I want to have the winner on my team too. Sure. I want to have the whole caboodle. But
she wants the cake and eat it too.
Period.
Kitten was on last season of Canada, caboodle. Lana.
I want the kitten and the caboodle. Period.
She was on Canada.
Wrong show. Got it. Okay.
Wrong show.
I think that they both deserve, and they're so, like you said, they're both different in a good way, that it would, but either one of them winning would be perfectly fine, because they both deserve. So, yeah. But I'm still going to go with Kyron. I am still going to put my faith in Kyron.
Loyal.
Yeah. I mean, as the season went on, like from day one, it was always Lavoie. So that's who I want to win. However, and I brought this up in the end of UK 2, Remember when I said at the end of each even season in UK, the first person who came in is the winner.
Yeah.
And Relisa was the first to step in the workroom.
She's
So
winning.
if the meme is still alive, Relisa
dead.
would win.
We'll see.
It's-
We'll see.
Unless she has like the bomb finale, like she have to have
She could.
the best finale in history for her to win. Like she would have to have the best runway, the best performance. Everything about this week would have to align in the stars for Relisa to win this season. And if she does,
And the fan
please
support.
know, I would be the first person to be like, what? What? But I would be so happy for her because, yeah, I root for everybody black.
Yeah.
I will be happy for her anyway. But I will be like, what?
Mhm.
What? But yeah, let the meme happen. But look for the meme. Keep it going for the meme, y'all. Keep it going for the meme.
I would love for the main series of Drag Race UK to have a black winner. Honestly, I would. I love Relisa dearly. And would I be mad if any of these 4 people won? No. I would be happy regardless.
Isn't a good Final Four? I'm gonna be honest.
It
This is a
wouldn't
good
make
Final Four.
sense for certain people. I understand that, David. Before you say anything, I
mhm.
see your face. I would not be mad
Absolutely.
at any of these 4 people winning because all 4 of them are spectacular. This is one of my personal favorite top 4s of all time. Based on who I like the most, the person that I would like to see win is Marmalade. I don't know that she has a shot. I'm going to be honest. But the person that I would want to win the most is Marmalade. She is the person that consistently throughout this season I have absolutely fallen in love with. I think it would be phenomenal to have 2 people in her drag family with a crown and her mother not have one right in the middle. I think that would be funny. It just means they need to bring back Victoria for UK All-Stars. She should have a crown. I agree with you. Who do I think is going to win? I think at this point, I think it's Lavoie.
Mhm.
I think Kyron could come back on another season of Drag Race.
I want
But
to see them both.
we've seen the established professional name not win Drag Race UK before. So it is not out of the realm of possibility for Kyron to win this season.
I don't think.
I don't think. I just think who has shown the most of themselves and who has shown the most growth on this season? Honestly, Lavoie.
She's won
So
4 of the past 5
5
weeks.
challenges.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It's crazy. But
And she never placed below safe.
wow.
That is true.
She's added to the club of
She's
queens
never below
to
safe?
never place below safe.
There is a
Wow.
curse, though.
And that queen doesn't always win.
There's a curse for the four
It's
wins.
The 4-win curse.
Wow.
Mhm.
Because Ella Vidae, who you saw in this episode, had 4 wins.
Wow.
And who I wanted to win UK3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bimini, Bimini had 4 wins.
Cheddar.
Well, Cheddar and Danny both had 4
Right.
wins. So it was
That
kinda like
it
one
had
of
to
them
be
is not-
broken.
It had to be broken, but we'll see what happens. And we will be back next week to talk about the finale. Make sure to check out our look over here where we are diving into the runway from this episode. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Check out all of our other drag coverage here at the Cup. We've got 5 other drag franchises right now. Until next week, thank goodness. And check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to Cup mug. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So cheers. Bye.
Cheers.